I'm Ellen Laventhal, and I've been an animal advocate for the past 19 years. I've witnessed the worst abuse animals have had to endure, and I've witnessed stories that will melt your heart. Animals don't have a voice, but I do. And this is Animal Alliance. Well, we're at the home of Patty Shanker in Pacific Palisades in Southern California. It's a political fundraiser this evening for Assembly Member Pedro Nava.
I know that you met him up in Sacramento, and I wanted to find out how you got to be so passionate about animals.
Well, actually, it was the example that my parents set. They've always been concerned about animals. We had pets growing up, and I learned from them that you treat all animals with respect. And that they help enrich your lives. And so I know that dogfighting involves drug trafficking,
Yes.
weapons, and it is a criminal enterprise that results in the death of thousands upon thousands of dogs. And it doesn't belong in any community. And so I wrote a bill that the governor signed that increased the penalties for being a spectator at a dogfight.
Pedro is like a hero to us. 3 different pieces of animal legislation. One of them got all the way through, and the governor did sign it. The other 2 made it through the California legislature, but did not get signed by the governor.
I authored a bill that would do away with the puppy mills. Unfortunately, the governor vetoed it. And then the other bill that I authored, I called Abuse a Pet, Lose a Pet. And that is, if you are convicted of a misdemeanor or a felony of abusing a pet, you would lose the ability, because I don't think it's a right. I don't think anybody has a right to have a pet. I think it is a privilege. You lose the privilege for a minimum of 5 years, for as much as 20 years. It's because I think the Attorney General's office has the power and the authority, but more importantly, it has the obligation to enforce California's laws, to eliminate cruelty for animals, and to eliminate cruelty for people. Because when you think about it, they both go hand in hand.
Thank you, Pedro, because you know, rights, we all deserve some rights, and the animals that you're helping, we see them every day.
So please vote for Assembly Member Pedro Nava for Attorney General.
Thank you very much.
When you vote for him, you're voting for the animals.
She was 10 years as a congresswoman. She's been in the Senate since '92, and I just learned this recently, but in 2004, she got more votes in her election than any other senator ever in the history of America.
Woo!
Everybody, I love it. To me, it has always been kind of a no-brainer that the way we judge our society is the way we treat all living things. The animal rights community, if I could call it that for lack of a better term, has always been part of my coalition. And if we don't treat all living things with respect and caring, hey, it doesn't bode well for civilization. So for me, it's always been an extension of everything I do for children and everything I try to do for peace in the world and everything I try to do for the environment. We have more dolphin protection to do because the Navy is doing these tests in the ocean with this sonar, which is very disruptive to the dolphin, those magnificent creatures, and they either beach themselves, they lose their babies. It's horrible. And I have had to sit across from admirals and say, what are you doing? And we've had to,
Boy, this was a really great day. Barbara Boxer's people told us that she had never had such a successful fundraiser as she did today.
Yes.
Congratulations, Ellen.
Thank you, Kim. Well, Barbara really is an amazing woman. We'd love to see her succeed in her bid for U.S. Senate. She truly, as you just said, she walks the walk.
And she drives the drive because she drove away in a Prius. And most of the people here today pulled up in limos and left in limos. Not Barbara.
Chauffeur driven, or I should say a driver in a Prius.
Well, thank you guys for watching us today. We just want to say,
Adopt, don't shop.